What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte. Dillian Whyte states that I can beat Povetkin on my worst day. Let me go further. He says, this time I'm much more together, said Whyte about the rematch with Povetkin. He said, I know deep down that I can beat Povetkin anyway. I know 100% the best of me. Even the worst of me, I know that for a fact. I carry power in both hands, but Povetkin is a very, very cagey guy, very experienced, a very patient guy, and a very tough guy. This last time, I didn't land properly, and he went down. He showed resilience, and he got back up and stopped me. So this time, I need to make sure when I hit him, he stays down. I made a mistake, a straightaway. I knew the mistake I made. It didn't take me a long time to realize the mistake I made. Then it was okay. It's heavyweight boxing. He said, I wanted to get straight back in there and just get it over with and done with straight away. My mindset is that I'll do whatever I need to do. Those are the words of Dillian the Body Snatcher Whyte. Now, he states, to my understanding, that even on his worst day, he can beat Povetkin. Let me counterpunch, okay? I understand that Dillian Whyte has confidence. That's how he's supposed to think. He doesn't supposed to start doubting himself or thinking he's not good enough, you know, and we've seen that happen before with fighters, right? But Dillian Whyte has a sense and he has a fighter's mindset. He wanted to get back in there. And look, this is normal, okay? This is a normal thing. When a fighter gets knocked out the way Dillian Whyte was, it's almost like the guy feels cheated because he still has stamina, momentum, tenacity. Especially when he comes through, the next thing he wants to do is get back. That's the difference between professional boxing and some type of alley brawl, okay? But when you get up and you do collect yourself, you want to get right back in there. Your normal, natural instinct is to go right back in there and revenge, counterpunch, right? Those type of things that you want to do. And to Dillian Whyte, him saying he could beat Povetkin on his worst day, I don't think that's an appropriate thing to say in this situation. Why? Because he didn't have his worst day when he got knocked the fuck out. Counterpunch. We can't sugarcoat this because he was doing well. You know, maybe he was getting too overconfident. You know, and maybe overconfidence leads to overzealousness. Overzealousness leads to mistakes. Mistakes could possibly lead to another knockout. Okay, now we've seen him dropped by Oscar Rivas. We've seen him knocked out by Anthony Joshua. And we've seen him knocked out by Alexander Povetkin. Now, everything he said about Povetkin, it was spot on. He showed resilience. He showed that he's a tough mother sucker. Right? But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where that's what makes Alexander so dangerous. He is patient. He is tough. Ask David Price, okay? The guy can hurt you when you least expect it. When you got him hurt. He reminds me of Turo Gotti. God bless the dead. When you think you got him out of there and he's more dangerous when he's hurt, when he's bleeding, when he's battered, when he's back against the wall, in his fight or flight time. He's going to fight. Okay? He doesn't know what flight means. It's just fight. Let's get back. Let's go. You know, and Dillian Whyte has to understand this is a very dangerous fight for him. He has to understand, and I hope he understands what his kryptonite is. Not the mistake that he made, but the punch that he cannot take. Because, see, in boxing, all it takes is half a second to get hit with something like that. And the way Povetkin was going to Dillian Whyte's body, he was doing that to set something up. Caginess. That's what he was talking about with Povetkin, because Povetkin knew, hey, soon this dude is going to fall for this bait. Okay? So it's best that Dillian Whyte tucks that damn chin under, Okay, uses the jab to keep him back and stop him from getting inside to eliminate all possibility of him landing that punch. Because the worst thing that could happen to Dillian Whyte, he gets in there and tries to mix it up. And then, if you notice, round 4, Dillian Whyte started landing his own uppercut. See, he dropped Povetkin the second time with an uppercut of his own. You know, it was like an uppercut slash hook kind of deal, but it was an uppercut, and it dropped Povetkin. That hurt Povetkin. So him saying, hey, this time I got to hit him to keep him down, and I didn't hit him flush. No, he hit him flush. Now, the first knockdown, I admit, it was like a grazing. That was a grazing flash knockdown. But the second one, no, he really put hands on Povetkin, and Povetkin went boom. He went down, but he got back up. Okay. Now, the question is, you can't prepare for resilience. You just either have it or you don't. If he gets knocked out, he's just going to get knocked out. Now, is he the better fighter in there? I think he's the better fighter right now. Based on the age of Povetkin, but it just shows you, you know, Povetkin went 12 rounds with Michael Hunter, and he hurt Michael Hunter, okay, and dropped Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter came back on his ass too, but Michael Hunter was the younger, stronger fighter. But so is Dillian Whyte in this situation. So the question you ask yourself, well, hey, I could beat this guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you was on your way to beating him. But these are the things that you have to be challenged with. And unfortunately for Dillian Whyte, these type of things, it only takes one shot. You remember that shit Deontay Wilder was talking about? Like, it only takes me, I can be perfect for 1 second. That's exactly what he was talking about. That is heavyweight boxing. Because in heavyweight boxing, ask Michael Moore this. Michael Moore is probably the best example of this. He was fighting George Foreman, beating George Foreman, right? Round after round after round, putting rounds in the bank. Foreman kept his posture, kept his composure, still kept in range. And when Michael Moore thought in the 10th round, thought that, hey, you know what? This guy ain't got nothing left. I'm going to coast, and I'm going to beat him, and then I'm going to boast. But that didn't happen. Foreman got him out of there and knocked him out. So listen. It doesn't matter how many rounds you win. Ask Ortiz. Wilder, that's another example. When Ortiz beat Wilder, probably first fight went 10 rounds, second fight went 7 rounds. Out of 17 rounds in 2 fights, Ortiz probably won about 14 of them. Okay, so that should tell you something. He lost rounds 5, he lost rounds 5 and 10. In the first fight, and he lost round 7. So there you go. He lost 3 rounds compared to his 14 out of 17 rounds. So that should tell you something. If it was accounting round by round, that's one thing. But if you get knocked out, that's a totally different thing. So I think Dillian Whyte knows that he can knock him out. And look, I got to take my hat off to him, because a lot of guys would just, hey, let me box this mother sucker since I am the younger fighter, and keep him back and make it a snooze fest like Fury Klitschko, right? He could have done that, but to me, it looks like he's going to go out and go in there and do what he does. But of course, we don't know until it happens. You guys tell me what you think about Dillian Whyte's statements. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunching. Peace.